What's going on, crew? Happy Wednesday. Today's workout, we're looking for 5 different exercises that you're just going to rotate through in a controlled fashion for 40 minutes on the clock. Now, really focus on each exercise to get the most out of it, meaning consciously thinking about contracting, squeezing the muscles that you're working with, and choosing the difficulty of the exercise that best suits you. So I'll show you a couple of regressions and progressions of each exercise. Make it difficult for you, and yet still able to do it with good form. That's what we're looking for. Let's get after it. First exercise is the chainsaw row. Now, for a lot of you, I get you don't have a dumbbell. If you do, go ahead and use that. If you don't, you should all have a backpack and probably some books or some heavy objects that you can throw into it. So I want you to throw whatever you can into your backpack to make it the right weight for a chainsaw row. So for your chainsaw row, I want you to put a hand onto a stable surface, a chair, a countertop, whatever. And then one leg is going to come back. If my right leg comes back, then my right arm is going to be doing the pulling. Find yourself a nice and sturdy foundation here into the ground. And then with the backpack, we're going to row. So elbow reaches back, squeezing my back muscles, and I control down. Row back and control down. That's the chainsaw row. Sometimes it helps if you make a chainsaw noise when you're doing it. Next is the goblet squat. Again, go ahead and use a dumbbell if you have one, but we can use the backpack again. So you're gonna grab your backpack and hold it in the goblet position, just like you would with a dumbbell. And what we're looking for, 2 different things that we're gonna talk about, is constant tension in these squats and tempo. Constant tension simply means that I'm never gonna come all the way up. I'm going to stop about 2/3 of the way up so that the legs are always working. So even with body weight exercise or just a little bit of added weight, it's going to be difficult, as well as tempo. So constant tension means I'm not going to come all the way up. Tempo simply means I'm going to keep it slow on the way down, and then I'll pop back up. So I'm going to hold your dumbbell, your backpack, or whatever. I'm going to control down about a 1, 2, 3 for the tempo. Pop up to 2/3, and that's 1 rep, and then we're going again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That is the goblet squats today. They're gonna get spicy. Next is swimmers. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get you face down on the ground. Hands are gonna be out in front of you. And then this whole exercise, I want the hands to be lifted off the ground. We're gonna control up and forward. Don't do these too quickly, because I want some good time under tension here. Just means you're working a little bit longer. And we're looking for 15 reps of these swimmers today. Next is one of our recent favorites for these at-home workouts. It's gonna be the single leg hip thrust hold. I'll show you both the double leg version and the single leg version. And you can choose a time from 30 seconds to 45 seconds for what fits for you. Keeping in mind that if you're really consciously thinking about contracting your glutes and your hamstrings, getting your hips up as hard as you can, it probably only take 30 seconds for this to get really difficult. So what this should look like is down on a couch, a chair, whatever you want. I'm gonna get your upper back, your shoulders onto that piece of furniture. And then we are bringing one leg up. So one leg comes up, and I squeeze my hips as high as I can, contracting the back of my leg, and I'm holding that there. Or the easier version is just keep both legs down, and then same thing, keep those hips as high as you can. And the last exercise in this circuit is gonna be the plank. You can go for a regular plank with elbows elevated to make it easier, so put your elbows on your couch, or just flat on the ground, like so. So elbows beneath your shoulders, and then contracting your abs like you're holding a crunch position. If you want to make it a little bit more difficult, I want you to just raise one leg, hold it for half the time, and then switch your legs for the other half. Even just removing one point of contact with the ground will make it a step more difficult for you for that plank. That's your Wednesday workout. I also wanted to share with you guys a joke that my 4-year-old nephew just shared with me. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Cash.
Cashier.
No thanks, I prefer peanuts. That's the joke of the week.